Hi everyone, welcome to the Nonsense Files. And today it's going to be my little video about regret. What do we regret? Do any of you regret anything? Do you regret any of your recent decisions, any of your recent life choices, any of your recent work choices, any of your recent personal choices? I'm just putting this out there just because I need to speak about this. I regret, I'm not going to say a lot of things, but I know a lot of my life would not be where it is if it wasn't for the choices that I made at the time they were made. Because you can always second guess the things that you do after it's been done. But when you're in the moment and you're trying to make the best decision you can, whether it be personal, professional, health, any, relationships, I mean, it's all up to you. I mean, it's whether you decide to do it or not. And then later on in life, you look back on those things and do you regret the choices you made? I am going to There's one choice that I feel like I regret that I did it. I did it for certain reasons, and I believe that my life will be better, but right now life is not going to be easy. And mainly I did the thing, so I recently, not recently, it's been about a year now. Um, I left a job that I was had for almost 25 years. I had been with the same company, working in the same industry for almost 25 years. And I went and I saw a lot of changes in that company, some for the good, some for the not so good. And it got to a point where this I'm a passionate person when it comes to my job. I put everything I have into it. And when I get to a point where I'm not seeing any return for what I'm putting in, that's when I start to have issues. I start to stress and this is all just stuff that goes on in my head. But I get so stressed out when I can't control certain aspects, and it had gotten to a point where I just could not take it anymore. I was there for almost 25 years. I wanted to advance, but it wasn't looking like it was going to happen. I'm going to be honest, I let myself get talked out of some things, and I probably shouldn't have done that. That is another, set of regrets that I have from that previous life. But I, I don't. It's like sometimes I regret doing what I did, but I know I did it for the right reason. But it's definitely going to be difficult for us going forward for a little while. And the main reason that I did it was because of my health. Like I said, I internalize a lot of things. I stress about a lot of stuff. And when I do that, I get unhappy, very unhappy. And I start to stress eat and stress drink. And now, when we say drink, I don't drink alcohol. I maybe have like 5 drinks a year. My thing is soda or pop if you're from the north. Um, and I drank Coke like it was water. I drank Pepsi, Mountain Dew, all of that stuff to the point where I drank myself, and it's not just over. It's a culmination of my entire life where I have diabetes. I am a diabetic because of my choices, and sometimes, and I do regret those choices. I'm fat, that's, you know, but that was me stress eating and doing other things. And I'm sorry, but I love food, you know, but it's, I just, I do regret some of the decisions that I made in my life, but I would not change them because, like I said, the decisions that I made have brought me to where I am today. It's brought the people who are in my life today. I wouldn't change any of that because I love all the people in my life, especially my wife and my daughter. I would not change a single thing in my life because something, if you were to change something, it could affect how things go. And so if anybody ever gives you that option, that question, what would you change anything? No, I won't change anything. If somebody came into walked into my door right in my house right now and said, you can time travel back and make a different, tell yourself to make a different decision, I would not do it. I would not do it because it could alter where I am today and with the people that I am with today. And I would never want to change that. So the regrets that we have, you we have to live with them. I mean, the decisions that we make are what we did, what we needed to do at the time. And I it's hard to formulate sometimes when I'm speaking, so and then this video will not get edited. This this is straight up me being me. Um, but the regrets that they, I wouldn't change it. I just can't. I wouldn't change anything. I will always have the regrets there, but I will not let them affect the way I feel about my life. Even though, yeah, I probably shouldn't have made that decision, but you know what? I did it. It's time to move on. Um, I'm not gonna second guess everything that I do. Um, I know the one that, leaving the job was probably not the best idea, but I truly felt that if I had stayed, I was going to have a heart attack. I truly feel like I was on the road to having a heart attack or a stroke because my blood pressure is already naturally high. I have high blood pressure. I've had it ever since I was a teenager. Um, and I feel like if I had stayed there, that things would have caused me to stress out so much that it would have caused a heart attack or a stroke. I truly believe that. And I have no disrespect to any of the people that I worked with. I loved all of them, but it was just, it got to the point where it's just too much for me and I had to move on. I like the job that I have now. It is very physical. I love doing physical work. I've lost almost 25 pounds because of it. So I was in at my heaviest, I was about 348 pounds. Today, I am, now that this was at my heaviest. When I left the job last year, I was probably at about 330. So I've lost about 30 pounds since leaving that job. Um, we'll find out when I go to the doctor what my numbers look like for my sugar levels. Hopefully those will be better, but we'll see. But, you know, please, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff that you're supposed to do with YouTube. Um, you can watch me, you can not watch me, you can like me, you can not like me, you can subscribe. You can not subscribe, but I would prefer it if you would subscribe because subscribing does help. But I mean, comment, what do you regret? Do you have any regrets yourself? Or are you like me and there's regret there, but you're not going to focus on it or let it control you, and you're just going to you're just going to move on from it. So yeah, please comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And I will catch you all later, and I will see you all again. Bye.